Welcome back to 40 TV. I'm your host, 40. Today we're talking about the Pico Dolly. I got one. I ran into a few problems while getting it to work with my Canon 7D. I'm going to share those with you and a little quick review of what I think of it so far. But first things first, I want to apologize to you. I know my hair looks like some cheap rug from some store mated with my scalp, but don't worry, I'm going to shave it later. Anyways, moving right along. So, this is the Pico Dolly. It comes in this handy little carrying case. When you open it up, and let me do so, you get your Pico Dolly, a friction arm, and a clamp, if you got the kit, which I did get. I'm not sure you really need the kit because this friction arm is pretty cheap. It could not hold the weight of my Canon 7D DSLR, or probably any other DSLR for that matter. The weight of the DSLR is too much for this thing no matter how hard you tighten it. However, this is a good option to hold up a point and click. For example, using this little clamp here. In fact, this clamp can be used to hold a cell phone, for example, to do a video on your cell phone. Opens up like so. It's non-intrusive. It won't hurt your phone, your case, etc. And then this thing can attach right here. Keep in mind that this friction arm has multiple pieces and mounting options. So you can unscrew this piece right here to give you a quarter 20 thread, mounting it here, or this has a hot shoe mount, etc., etc. I'll go ahead and reattach this, and we'll put this friction arm to the side. However, if I were to buy this again, I'd just buy the Dolly without the friction arm. As far as the clamp is concerned, it's kind of cool that it can do video with my cell phone, but I don't find myself shooting that much video with my cell phone. At least that I share with people, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put my cell phone away as well. Let's talk about what happens next. So when I got this, I realized the friction arm wasn't going to hold my Canon 7D. Well, what do? I decided, hey, I should buy a ball head. And I ended up going with the Manfrotto 498RC2. Got this on Amazon, same as the Pico Dolly. Gotta love Amazon. Anyways, when I got this, I didn't realize that the bottom of the head had a 3/8 inch screw mount, whereas the Pico Dolly itself has a quarter 20 threaded screw coming out of the center. So okay, to fix that I had to buy an adapter, which is currently on the bottom of the ball head right now. You can see it, it's this silver portion right here. Once I got it on, getting it off is going to be a whole nother situation. So currently I'm only using it for the Pico Dolly, so I didn't need to take it off, but I'm just explaining it. I will have links in the bottom of the video so that you can check it out. If you do need the adapter, the ball head, or the Pico Dolly, I'll have the links to Amazon within the video. Anyways, to apply this, once you have the adapter on the bottom of the head, you're going to want to loosen one of these trucks. The reason for that is these little protruding pieces will get in the way of applying the head or attaching the head. So as I screw this on, I'm going to screw this on as tight as I can get it. Once you have it on as tight as you can, I can then go ahead and re-tighten the truck. When I do that, you'll notice this has a couple different options on the ball head. This little knob right here, when I loosen it, allows me to pan left and right with the head. This will allow me to have the portion that tilts down or up in a particular direction. So if I wanted to point down here, I'd have it angled like so. If I wanted to point down here for a dolly in and out, I'd have it like so. I can retighten this knob. You don't have to tighten these knobs that hard on this particular head, just a little bit, and it tightens it in place. This knob right here is to control the friction of the ball head. When I loosen this up, I can then rotate the ball head like so on top. I'll go ahead and tighten it for now. On the bottom of my Canon 7D, you're going to see that I have the quick release plate that comes with this ball head already attached. I'll then go ahead and take this, and when I slide this puppy into place, it automatically locks the quick release plate into place. So as you can see, it's pretty sturdy. Once I have my DSLR on, I can loosen this knob and move the ball head quite easily. That's because the friction is turned quite a bit down on the ball head. It's easy to obviously point this here, however I want. Once this is on, very handy. I'm loving the ball head as far as it's concerned. The Pico Dolly itself, you can adjust by turning these trucks and turning the wheels. If you do so, you can change it from being straight. Obviously, in its current state, when these wheels are relatively straight, we can turn the ball head here, pointing like so, and we can do dolly pushes and pulls, right? So moving close to and away from your subject. If we turn the ball head like so, lock it back into place, we can adjust the wheels so that they're pointed in a little bit, and if we do so, we'll be able to circle around the subject, for example. As you can see in the video here, this table is not ideally suited for the Pico Dolly, and that's because the surface is extremely important. I took a couple test shots, and let me show them to you real quick. Okay, and we're back. So maybe one of the things that you notice is getting used to the Pico Dolly is definitely something you have to get used to. Kind of like the glide cam. When I first got my glide cam, it's a piece of gear that's incredibly useful, but until you get the hang of it and you start using it, you're not going to get the best shots out of it. So the Pico Dolly, the same thing. Finding out what surfaces are going to work for you. In the shots that I showed you, they're taken on a wooden table. That wooden table obviously has grain going in a particular direction. If you go against the grain, there are slight bumps. And those slight bumps are going to translate into your video. Some quick things that I've realized, whenever you're moving this, if you can have your thumbs down here on top of the trucks, you're going to be able to add a little bit of stability to your movements, right? Obviously, having this strap on is not a good idea, but if I wrap this around my arm or something to that effect, I can keep it out of the way, hopefully for the shot, while I'm just taking something quick and easy. This is not going to work good on carpet, for example, so maybe once I've had a little bit more time to play with this, I can do a video for some tips and tricks on how to get the best shots out of the Pico Dolly. But as far as this is concerned, granted the Pico Dolly is $100 or less depending on whether you get it in kit form or you do not. The ball head itself is about $100. The adapter is about $10. So it's a great value if you're using a point and shoot. But if you're using a DSLR, all of a sudden it jumps up the price, and that's something to consider. And a dolly like this is particularly going to be useful for tabletop shots, product photography or videography, etc. It's not going to be ideally used in too many other scenarios. However, I'm going to go ahead and play with it, see what kind of shots I can get, and I'm going to come back with a tips and tricks video on it. Guys, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you like my content, go ahead and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot. Till next time, I'm out.